Hello, everyone. I'm Lauren Consolator, the instruction librarian, and today I'm going to introduce you to the Opposing Viewpoints database. So we're going to start from the Moodle page for CW 102, and you can see here that there's a link on your Moodle page to the CW 102 course guide and the database searching page of that guide. So we're going to click on that link, and that brings us here to the library website, to the course guide. And here in this section, we have links to the library databases, some of which you will be using for this assignment. And the first one that you're going to be using is the Opposing Viewpoints database. So I'm going to click on this database. And the first thing it's going to ask me to do is to log on as a library patron. Some of you may have to do this, especially if you're off campus. Some of you, if you have the right on-campus access, may not have to. If you need to log on as a library patron, you need to enter your last name, and then you need to enter your patron ID number, which is on the library sticker that's on the back of your ID card. So the sticker says Mitchell College Library, and under the barcode, there's a long number. That's the number that you will have to enter to get access to the library collection. So once I enter that, now I am in Opposing Viewpoints. Oh, and it's asking me to enter my barcode again for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I will go ahead and do that. And now I'm on the home page of the Opposing Viewpoints database. So you can see here that it starts out with looking at issues of interest. And that's because Opposing Viewpoints, as you might be able to tell from its name, it is a database that is dedicated to looking at very sort of hot topic issues. So they have issues of interest that you can explore. Some of the things that are in the news right now. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you will see that it has browse issues, and it has issues broken up into a number of different categories. So if there's a particular category that you think that you're interested in, you can check out one of those, or you can go to browse all 465 issues. So for the assignment that you're going to be writing for CW 102, and for the research assignment and the research paper, you are going to be choosing a topic from this website. There are a couple of reasons for this. One is that we want to make sure that you choose a topic that's going to be a good choice for finding articles in all of the databases. For many of these topics, you would in fact be able to find information online, but again, part of the purpose of this assignment and of this class is getting you accustomed to using the library databases. So you can see here that there are, well, again, hundreds of topics that you can sort of browse through and see what is in here that appeals to you. There are so many different topics in so many different categories that you should be able to find something that is interesting to you. I am going to choose, well, I will choose gun control as my topic just to look at. So I want to show you a few things. One is that every topic that you look at will start with an overview article. So there's a short paragraph here, and you can click on read more. And then it will give you a longer paragraph, a longer article to read. Now, these articles, these overview articles, are what are called reference articles. And a reference article is really a factual background article. They're not opinion articles. No one's trying to persuade you of anything. They're really just providing information. They're the kind of articles that you would find in encyclopedias. So one of the articles that you need to find for this assignment is a reference article. So in order to find a reference article, you can use the overview article that gives you information about the topic. And I'm going to go back to the topic here. Or the other thing that you can do is you can go here to where it says reference. and you can look at some of the other reference articles that are available under this topic and see whether those might be useful to you. If you would like the way that they work better, you can check those out. But a reference article is one type of article that you will need to find for this research topic, because if you'll remember from when we talked about the research process, it's important to get some background information on your issue. Another reason I like to start with the Opposing Viewpoints database is because you'll see here that it gives you sort of this breakdown of the different types of articles that are included, or the different types of sources that are included in the database. And so it sort of gives you a good sense of what a database is like, of the kinds of information you find in a database. We talked when I did the library session about academic journals and how those are not really the types of information sources that you need for this particular assignment. But you can see here that there are links to magazine articles. You will be finding one of those in another database. News articles, I'm going to be showing you the news databases. And then there are things like audio. This is unique to Opposing Viewpoints. And if we take a look at the audio sources in here, you'll see that most of them are news stories that come from National Public Radio. And the nice thing about these as sources of information is that you can both listen by playing the audio to the news story, and then you also have a transcript of the news story that you can read as well. So these can be pretty good sources of information, because again, they all come from the National Public Radio, which is an excellent source of information. Another thing that's unique to Opposing Viewpoints is something that's called the Viewpoints articles. And the Viewpoints articles are, as the name suggests, opinion articles. That's something that it's important for you to keep in mind. You remember when you were learning about evaluating sources that information sources that rely on facts and data are more credible sources than sources that just rely on people's opinion. It can be useful to look at different Viewpoints articles to sort of get a sense about what the debate surrounding the issue is. So you can check one of those out, and certainly you could use one to help you frame your argument. But I generally recommend that students do not use more than one Viewpoints article in their final paper. Certainly, again, you can look at them to get ideas about different aspects of the topic. The other thing that we have in here are videos. This is not necessarily something that's available in every database, but they are in here. You can see that many of them come from the New York Times video collection. And we have links to statistics. These can be really useful if you need to do a presentation and you're looking for sort of charts and graphs and things like this, then these can be really useful sources to use. The same is true for the images that you find in this database. Now you will eventually, for your final, be doing presentation on your research, so it might be useful to look for images that you think would be suitable for your presentation. And the nice thing about choosing an image from the Opposing Viewpoints database is that, as with all of the sources in the database, you have a citation available to you. Up here you have tools, and one of them is a citation tool. For this database, Opposing Viewpoints, the default citation format is MLA citation. So you would be able to select this citation and use it in your works cited page. You wouldn't have to figure out how to cite it on your own. Some of the other tools that are available to you are, obviously, you can download any source. You can also email a source to yourself. And I strongly recommend that students make use of this tool. I have students almost every semester who come to me because they have lost track of a source. If they printed an article, maybe they misplaced it. Their laptop crashed with all of the hard copy articles that they had on it. They tried to send themselves a link and it didn't work, and so they can't find the article. So for all of those reasons, if you just email the source to yourself, then it will be right there in your email, and you will not have to worry about finding that article again if you can't access it. Speaking of trying to copy the links, one of the things about working in databases is that you cannot just copy a link and save it and hope to get back to the source through that link. Databases don't work that way. This is really an indication of the search, and so it won't necessarily get you back to the article. If you want to link to the article, you have to look for the database's permanent link option. Up here it says Get Link, and then this will bring you back to the article itself. Okay, so you can see that there are a lot of different types of sources. You, again, want to use it from this database. You want to find at least one reference source, and you can find an additional source from this database for your paper as well. Again, you'll have to choose a total of 5 sources, and 3 of them will need to come from 3 different databases, at least one of them from the Opposing Viewpoints database. We will be showing you other databases in future videos. If you have any questions about how to use the database, or if you're looking for something and you're having difficulty, you can always go back to the home page of the library website, and you can contact us through email or through library chat right here. Or if you go to the Contact Us right here, you'll see there are introduction videos that all of the librarians have, and I'm right here. So you could click on this link and you could email me with any questions that you have. You can see here that the chat just opened. I don't need help, so I'm going to say no thanks. But this is the Opposing Viewpoints database. So this is where you will begin your research. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and ask. Good luck.